The title of this one is My Boyfriend is Mad at Me Because of a Hypothetical Question. Okay, vamos a ver. I was on a double date yesterday. We're all 21, 22, and both couples have been dating for around a year. A hypothetical question was brought up to me and my boyfriend because our friends had already been arguing about it.
So pause there real quick. So before we read it here, we read it to ourselves, and then we don't give our own opinions to each other up until this video. So everything that is coming out of my mouth for the first time is the first time she's heard it, and vice versa. Okay, go on.
It was if we stayed madly in love, had a life and kids together, and 15, 20 years later our partner suddenly died, did we think we would ever date again? I explained that by then I'd be around 40 at that point, and my future kids would probably be at the age of 10. So I explained that I'd spend a long time being single and grieving, but realistically, I pictured myself eventually moving on. I explained that it would be pretty sad and lonely once the hypothetical kids grow up and move out, and I'm 50 and have nobody left. My boyfriend got very upset at my answer and is mad at me now. He said that he felt like I didn't love him as much as he loves me. He explained everything he contributes to the relationship and says it's because He explained everything he contributes to the relationship and says it's because he sees a future together and it feels like I don't care as much. He even went as far as saying he wasn't sure if he'd ever date again if I were to suddenly die today. And I just don't think that that's realistic. The truth and reality is that people in that situation tend to move on. Obviously not for years, but eventually. I don't know what to do. He's really mad, and I'm worried that my answer is going to cause him to break up with me.
You want to go first?
You want me to go first?
You want me to go first?
I think I agree with her. I think that I look at my parents, I look at your parents, you know what I mean? Like, their partners didn't pass away, but it didn't work out for whatever reason. And then they eventually looked and found somebody else. I think that, they were in their early 20s. We are in our late 20s to early 30s. So I think 20 years down our line, we're at 50 now. And I think that changes things. I don't think I would think the same way about us right now in this situation. Mm-hmm. But at 21, 22 years old, I would agree.
So you wouldn't move on if I died? If I died tomorrow, if I died today.
With our relationship, no, I would. Yeah. I don't.
You don't think you'll move on? Ever?
I don't know. I don't know. Would you?
If you died right now, would I eventually move on?
No. 20 years from now.
If you died 20 years from now?
Yes. 50. After we're married and had kids. And I just died.
Me knowing that you're going to die in 20 years.
Baby, you don't know that I'm going to die in 20 years. I just die suddenly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I know, we're 50. Oh, if you pass away when you're 50.
Yes, that's the whole thing.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like now, too.
Well, in the end, he says now, too. If you were...
right. That's what...
But, like, the biggest thing is, like, when 20 years from now.
Would I move on? It'll be tough. But, like...
You would 100% move on. You're a lover boy.
Yeah, and it would suck that it happened that way, but it's like... I don't know.
How soon would you move on?
I think if we're in a situation where we're both, like, on good terms and the plan wasn't for us to break up, like, it'll take me longer to process that. Like, in terms of how long, I don't know, but I think that I would eventually be able to move on. It doesn't sound like, too unrealistic. Like, people lose people out of their life every day, and eventually, like, it hurts, but you kind of still move on. It's a sucky feeling if that were to happen. Like, that would suck, but I think in terms of him getting to the point where he wants to break up with her, it's a little extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a little extreme, though. Like,
Because, like, I mean, I also hear out, like, the people that are like, I found my one and only, and if even when he passes, I'm not moving on. Like, I also know a lot of people like that as well, that, you know, either their partner passed away or whatever, and they just never, you know, and I think that there's also beauty in living life on your own after you've already, you know, had your love and, you know, and like kids and, you know what I mean, marriage and all that stuff. Like, I can also see myself just like being totally content by myself. But I never close the door on love either. Like, if someone walks by and, you know, ends up super okay, then cool. But I feel like I wouldn't I wouldn't start dating. I would just be single, and then if shit happens, then shit happens. But it's not like I would go out of my way, I don't think, to start dating. I think you would.
But do you think that if, even though, regardless of what, if we decide to date or not, like, do you feel like it's to the extreme where either or should get upset or get upset to the point where we like threaten the relationship to break up or with one another?
I feel like that's weird.
Yeah,
I feel like that's extreme. I feel like
it's a hypothetical at the end of the day too.
yeah, like, and it's like we never know what's to happen in the future. Like, you don't know who you're gonna be. You don't know, like, you know, what experience, like, how different you're gonna think. Like, you don't know. So I feel like that's extreme. Yeah.
Extreme.
What do y'all think?
What do y'all think? Down below.
Comment down below.
That's right.